Woo! Go ahead, Ryan Clark. Mix it up. Yeah. Now, see, here's the situation, good people. And thank you. And don't forget to donate to the Cash App. It's your boy Carceno here. Shouts out to Kwame Brown, Buzz Life. Welcome to HDII TV. What's up? Jag Sports with Jose Rodriguez. Let's get it. Ryan Clark is dancing. He finally got the deal he deserved. He felt he should have even got more money. But ESPN has decided it's in their best interest to keep Ryan Clark. So now they don't want another Maria Taylor situation to kick off with a bad exit. Many of y'all might say, well, what are you talking about? Why is that man celebrating like that? Because things was different just a week ago. Things was a little different a week ago. He wasn't doing those dances like that. He wasn't mixing it up, snapping the fingers. None of this was going on a week ago. As he was in a long negotiation with ESPN to bring him back, and he didn't like the way it was going. So he did something very PR savvy. It was very interesting. He decided that he was going to leave and go out and bet on himself. So when he decided to do that, it put the masters or the powers that be in a situation where they had to make a decision. One they probably wasn't going to be happy with. But the lowball offers that they were throwing at Ryan Clark, he felt it was an insult based on the 3 years he put in, as he felt he should have got more from the initial start in the first place. Now, let's take a look.
It wasn't what I wanted. I realized it's like I had to do more. And honestly, I felt played. And the worst thing for anybody that's from New Orleans is to feel played. But I felt like I deserved something that they didn't feel like I deserved. And so I set out that day and I said that day that in 3 years, I'll be the best in the world doing this. That there'll be no stone left unturned. I leave no doubt that there was nobody in the world that was like me. So I started my own stuff, bro. Like, I started the pivot. I did the work. I got on the road. I went to every show they put me on and made sure I crushed it. And so now, here we are again. The season's over. Inside the NFL, it's finished. And somebody got to pay the piper. And it's either, we get what we want, or we make a decision to stand on what we're worth. It's not that I think that I should be paid more than anybody that does the job. I just want what I'm worth. And if they think too that I'm the best doing it, then that's what happened. When the year started, I said I was going to do more. I was going to be in more places. I was going to work harder than everybody. But what I realized is, man, you only got so much to give. And all you can give is all the energy that God gives you. And I did that. But I also learned that you run out. And at some point, you don't have nothing left. Your health, your mental stability, emotional strength, family, all of it. It takes a toll on it all. So I said, I'd do whatever it took to get what I want. And that I'd work harder and longer now to work less and make more then. And I felt like I put myself in that spot. So the hopes is the next time you see me, wherever that may be, that all the decisions I made turn into me getting everything I want and working a little less. If that happens, you'll still be seeing me. Maybe not as much, but probably a little more rested and happier. But one thing don't change. I still want to be the best doing it. That's always the goal. That should be yours too.
Now, when that was said and that was done, everybody was like, wow, he leaving ESPN, he walking out the door. They were still in negotiations. But he felt like it wasn't going anywhere and he was not going to re-sign another deal. So he was willing to walk away. ESPN started seeing that. And that was a very big no-no, but a positive, yeah. That's how you do it. Because now, by doing it classy, he wasn't tearing down the network. He wasn't tearing down everything. He just said, I felt like I got played the first time I signed my deal. And I'm trying to show people right now, I'm finna work so hard that they can't ignore it. My worth the next time the deal comes around. So he honored his contract and came back and did it. And 3 years later, they come with another lowball offer and he's just not willing to jump and accept it. And he bet on himself. He put himself in a position to now he can say no to that and stand on principle. But why didn't they come at him correct the first time? And there's a lot of people jealous. It's a lot of people jealous Ryan Clark got that bad. Listen, I know what time it is over there. Jay Williams, Ryan Clark, and Jalen Rose were the three brothers that was holding it down for us. They were holding it down and speaking for the black athlete the way it's supposed to be. They were speaking up. You might not agree with everybody's takes, but they were doing it in a respectful way that even if you disagreed, okay, you disagree, but you know that person's position. You know what they stand for. It's not fake. It's not phony. They're telling you exactly what they deal with because they deal with young black athletes and athletes, period. They try to help these kids go into life and become men. Most of these young kids didn't have fathers around. And then the disrespect of going ahead and signing Russo. You bring in the fake Skip Bayless and you sign him before you sign Ryan Clark? Like, where do they do that at? Why would they do something like that? That don't even make sense in any world. That you would think it's okay to sign Russo over Ryan Clark. But he's their radio guy. He's their guy that goes crazy. The highest NFL analyst that they have that's highest paid is Mina Kimes, an Asian woman who makes $1.7 million a year at ESPN. Now, none of the financials have been revealed to the public, but it is said that Ryan Clark is getting $2 million a year. That's what I'm hearing. $2 million a year. Mina Kimes got 1.7. So he's making more than Mina Kimes. And people are mad. He used the race card. He threatened. He's using a race card. A race card. They did that because of Maria Taylor. Yeah, they did. The Maria Taylor incident is what they didn't want to have happen again. But it's funny to me when people keep saying race card. It wouldn't be a race card because they invented the race card. If they weren't so racist, this wouldn't be a race card. Now they got to try to show and prove that, hey, we got to show the face that we ain't racist. So the racists want to show people they're not racist, right? And that they really got a heart. And they really care. And they want fairness. So when you get rid of somebody who really stands for the black people's voice, and you overpay people like Stephen A. Smith, because you know he's going to follow the command any way, shape, and form, and you've never had a problem with Ryan Clark, but yet and still you have a problem with him, and you don't have a problem with him, and y'all never had anything on paper saying that he was difficult, he was abusive, nothing. There hasn't been any problems with Ryan Clark as an analyst, except for some of the people don't agree with his takes. And I notice most of them are like Trump supporters. For some reason, they just don't like the black athlete. They think black athletes should just play sports and that's it. Now, they got to pay $2 million plus, but no one's asked why Mina Kimes, an Asian woman, is the highest paid NFL analyst that they have at ESPN. What job does she have in the NFL that she would know so much more than Ryan Clark and any of these other people? And the fact that ESPN closed Russo's deal before his, and they had negotiated with him first. Doesn't make sense. Well, a lot of people have to go into a realization. And when you get to the realizational part, you start to see things they're not what they cranked up to be. Things are pretty much bland, in other words. You know, and a lot of people, they don't stand on what they should be standing on. They pretend like they do, but in real life, they don't. Ryan Clark showed and proved what it was about with him. Everybody else was sitting up there absent on the job. Absolutely. And you got people like LeBron who come in and they don't seem to understand or get the situation or the scenario or anything that's going on. They don't seem to get it. They act like they know. They act like they get it, but they don't. So Ryan Clark's going to dance all the way to the bank, and I don't blame him. He earned it. He put the work in. He was on those shows. He made sure all his takes was perfect, that he had his notes, that he was prepared. He was always there. The total professional. Why can't this man enjoy the fruits of his labor and be rewarded for it? Why in the world would people feel they got to tear him down? When has it been wrong to want more money? You got some idiots talking about Woke ESPN caves to Ryan Clark. I'm like, really? He's woke because he's trying to get what he wants and what he's earned. Hell, if you ask me, they got him for a steal. Yeah, they were like, well, I don't like what this is going, you know. Everybody gets to pull the race card and then they get rewarded. Wow, get rewarded what? What they've earned? Nobody gave them anything for free. They didn't get reparations. Well, we can't pay out reparations. That would bankrupt the country. Well, maybe you should have thought about that when you were, mistreating people for 400 years. It wouldn't bankrupt the country. It just meant that the people, you're going to have to get a job. You're going to have to do some work. You're going to have to compete. You wouldn't want that. All the brothers are rich. Yeah, that would torpedo America. Well, people are ignorant to the causes. You look at yourself now, you're unclassified in every work position you go into. You got to prove double time than what anybody else that works there do. I know a guy that just goofed off every day, and the black guy tried to goof off like him, and they fired the black guy. And he didn't understand. He was like, man, y'all let Greg get away with doing everything he wanted. And it was like, well, Greg's got tenure. That's what they said. Well, Greg's got tenure. He's like, I've been here 4 years. That ain't tenure? Well, Greg's been here 7. So I'll be here 7 years, and it's okay for me to goof off. Know what you're saying? Well, we wish you the best. We just think that, it's probably more fitting you work somewhere else. Oh, but Greg had to stay. So, yeah, it's a problem. Well, women are crazy like that. Women play dangerous games. They flirt with men knowing they got a man. Then when they get busted, they try to run and change narratives. It's crazy. Seen this show so many times for so long that it never bothers me now. I understand it. These people are upset because they want to fan the flames to protect Pat McAfee, man of the people. Oh yeah, they're mad. They were like, Ryan Clark was pushing ESPN to give him more hosting opportunities. He liked to fill in more frequently for Laura Ruffledge on the NFL Live and Mike Greenberg on Get Up. Clark struggles with the teleprompter as studio host for Inside the NFL. So you wouldn't think ESPN would give him the same opportunity. Then again, this is the same network that got Ellie Duncan as the face of its gambling app. These puzzling decisions are quite the norm over there. Why would you go and segue Ryan Clark, a black man, all the way to a black woman, Ellen Duncan, and you mad because she's in front of a gambling app? It's called ESPN Bet. She works for ESPN. They're using her to sell she's in the commercial for ESPN Bet. So if it was a white woman that worked at ESPN, this would be A-okay, right? You wouldn't have any problem with it. But it seems to be a problem whenever it's people of color doing something that doesn't seem to be hurting anybody. What the hell is Ellie Duncan being in charge of the gambling app or being sponsored or help promoting the app for the network? What the hell does that got to do with anything? Why wouldn't Ryan Clark ask for more hosting opportunities? That's what you do. When has Ryan Clark ever had trouble reading the teleprompter? When he was on Inside the NFL, he had problems reading the teleprompter. He's been on ESPN for 3 years. I don't think he had a problem reading the teleprompter. Maybe it was the way they had their teleprompter on Inside the NFL. If that was even the case, sometimes that's part of y'all racist mentality and imagination. You know, when y'all scream, he tried to hurt me, he tried to rob me and attack me. And it never happened. That's why I'm glad. He's dancing on y'all fools. And he's riding it to the bank. Riding it to the bank. Riding it to the bank. Go ahead, Ryan. So, as you can see, that's what it is. There's no diggity. There's no doubt. I've tried to tell them, man. But you can only tell people so much. Don't forget to follow One Crack News. The One Crack News page is cracking. It's got everything going for it. Check out One Crack News so you can get caught up on other events that's going on around the world, news-wise. And then they're going to pay this guy, Stephen A.
And talked about how Anthony Davis was a top 7 player. I take it back. Yeah. He don't look like he even wants to go anywhere near the basket. And my point is, yo, bro, you too big, you too skilled, you too talented. What has happened to Anthony Davis? Yes, Russell Westbrook can't shoot, but that's about it. We need to be talking less about Russell Westbrook and more about Anthony Davis. Because, damn it, I expected better.
So that guy can get $8 million a year. And y'all think that guy who's telling you, basically stating the obvious, that it's better to have him than Ryan Clark. Okay. They don't believe it. And because they don't believe it, he ain't there. He's on ESPN, highest paid on NFL, and you can hate it all you want, but you can't change nothing. And I bet he got more hosting opportunities coming his way. Ryan Clark is on his way. I'm on the way. Yeah. I'm on the way. Yeah, I'm on the way. Yes. So thank you all y'all who subscribed to the page. Shouts out to the brother Ryan Clark. Congratulations on your success. You've earned it. And for everybody out there who on your job, hopefully you strive. Most of y'all don't even try to strive to go forward. They're not going to come at you and say, hey, we got a promotion for you. You got to go seize that. Stop letting them other folks beat you out by you not even trying. You're smoking yourself out of your ambition for no reason. Makes no sense. You ever know somebody that smoked themselves right out of their ambition? They be all ambitious, man. See, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and open that up, and then I'm going to get that, and then I'm going to get this. Yeah, then I'm gonna get started, and then I'm gonna get that. Then I'm gonna get my degree. Then after I get the degree, I'm gonna get the license. Now I got the license. Now I can get the permission to go ahead and start filming. So then I'm gonna do that. Then I'm gonna open up my own dispensary, and then and 2 years later, still in the same spot. Couch is all dented in more. House smelling like a blunt, and you're still saying the same things. Nothing being done. So those narratives come and go, like I said. To everybody, Dreamers Pro, Ticket TV. I already said shouts out to everybody else early in the video, but let's do it again. Shouts out to Kwame Brown, Bust Life. Shouts out to Welcome to HDII TV, Armando Black TV, The Star Report, Jag Sports with Jose Rodriguez. I don't know what Jag Sports is, but they got Jose Rodriguez. I used to think he was talking about the Jaguars. I'm like, he didn't switch teams again. So anyway, don't forget, go to the Patreon of Carceno for Life, and it's going to be a great treat for y'all today. We have an exclusive interview continuing, and I think you're going to like it.